terrible earthquake hits China in Qinghai Province. A powerful earthquake in western China has killed at least 400 people and injured more than 10,000 and left many buried under debris on Wednesday, Chinese state media has reported. The quake, which struck at 7:49 a.m. in Qinghai Province, bordering Tibet, had a magnitude of 7.1, according to China's earthquake agency. At least 18 aftershocks immediately followed, measuring more than 6.0 throughout the day, government officials have said. China's earthquake agency said the quake centered on Yushu County, a remote and mountainous area sparsely populated by farmers and herdsmen, most of them ethnic Tibetans. The region, pocked with copper, tin, and coal mines, is also rich in natural gas, as with the devastating earthquake 2 years ago that killed 87,000 in neighboring Sichuan Province. Many buildings collapsed, including schools, but with Qinghai's far smaller and less densely grouped population, the toll is likely to remain far lower. A seismologist said in an interview with the national broadcaster CCTV that 90% of the homes in the county seat, Daegu, had collapsed. The houses, he said, were of quite poor quality, with many constructed of wood, mud, and brick. Among those still missing were at least 20 children buried in the wreckage of a primary school, and as many as 50 people were trapped beneath a collapsed office building that houses the Departments of Commerce and Industry, according to news reports. We're in the process of trying to rescue the students, said a local fire department official. We're hurrying to help them. He said at least 32 survivors had been pulled from the debris. The prefecture, that includes Yushu, is located on the Tibetan plateau with a population that is more than 96% Tibetan and overwhelmingly poor. Many villages sit well above 16,000 feet, with freezing temperatures not uncommon in mid-April. By Wednesday evening, temperatures in the county seat had already dropped to 27 degrees. China National Radio, citing an official with the local Red Cross Society of China, said that at least 70% of the school buildings had collapsed in neighboring Yushu Tibetan Autonomous Prefecture, an area the size of South Korea that has a population of some 350,000. But at least some of the schools had not begun classes yet. The official Chinese news agency quoted a teacher surnamed Chang, who said 5 of the 1,000 students at Yushu Primary School had died. Buildings in our school were all toppled, Mr. Chang said. Morning sessions had not begun when the quake happened. Some pupils ran out of the dorm alive, and those who had not escaped in time were buried. An employee of a local television station in Yushu told CCTV that the quake had sent people running into the streets not long after daybreak. All of a sudden, the houses collapsed, he said. It was a terrible earthquake, a great earthquake. In the park, a Buddhist pagoda fell down. Everyone is in the street in front of their houses. They're trying to find family members. In the same broadcast, an officer in the Chinese army said that the road to the airport was impassable and that soldiers were digging people out from collapsed homes by hand. The most important thing now is that this place is far from everything, with few accessible rescue troops available. He said, I feel like the number of dead and injured will keep going up, which is very likely. Officials said that rescue efforts were stymied by lack of heavy equipment. Medical supplies and tents, they added, were in short supply. Phone calls to local government offices went unanswered on Wednesday afternoon. State news media reported that 700 paramilitary officers were already working in the quake zone, and that more than 4,000 others would be sent to assist in search and rescue efforts. The Civil Affairs Ministry said it would also send 5,000 tents and 100,000 coats and blankets. Workers also were rushing to release water from a reservoir after cracks were discovered in a dam, according to the China Earthquake Administration. A teacher who lives in Qinghai Province, some 60 miles from Yushu, said he felt the earth shake on Wednesday morning and immediately drove to see if relatives who lived near the epicenter were safe. Almost all of their homes were badly damaged. But fortunately, no one was seriously injured. He said, "All the people in the area are camping out for now." The epicenter of the quake Wednesday was related to the northward thrust of the Indian plate against the Eurasian plate, the same route of the Sichuan quake in 2008. Again, this is another terrible earthquake. And these are more signs of the end times, transition days. There is a real transition going on all around the world, and it's happening daily, day by day. Luke chapter 21, verse 11. And great earthquakes shall be in diverse places, and famines and pestilences, and fearful sights, and great signs shall there be from heaven. And yes, these are more signs